Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 60:1. Every morning is like an invitation from God to begin again. When the night fades and light appears on the horizon, we're reminded that no shadow lasts forever. This verse calls us to arise and shine, not because life is perfect or circumstances have changed, but because the Lord's light is rising upon us, dispelling both inner and outer darkness. It's as if heaven itself announces that today brings a new opportunity to see clearly, walk confidently, and allow God's glory to illuminate every step. Just as dawn breaks through the darkness of early morning, His presence breaks through the weight of sorrow, doubt, and fear. The invitation is simple yet profound. Rise up, let the light in, and reflect that glory in the world. If you feel you need this renewal, that your soul cries out for a new perspective, know that it's no coincidence you found your way here. Allow yourself this intimate moment of connection with the divine. Let your heart open to receive this transforming light that's already rising over you. And if this prayer touches your soul as we hope it will, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so more people can discover this same hope you're about to experience. Now take a deep breath, find a comfortable place, and prepare for an intimate conversation with the one who knows every detail of your heart. Father, here I am once again before you, with this weary heart, with these empty hands, with these eyes that have seen so much darkness, they sometimes forget what true light looks like. I come to you not because I have answers, but precisely because I don't. I come because these shadows that follow me seem to grow larger each day, and I can no longer carry alone this burden that consumes me from within. Lord, you know how many mornings I've awakened feeling like the previous night had stolen another piece of my hope. You know every tear I've shed into my pillow, every silent plea I've sent to heaven when despair knocked at my heart's door. You see how I've fought against those voices telling me I'm not enough, that I'll never be enough, that my failures define who I am. Father, these shadows have names. They're called fear, anxiety, guilt, shame, discouragement. They follow me like unwanted companions, whispering lies about my worth, about my future, about your love for me. For so long I believed I should be strong enough to dispel them alone, that my faith should be an impenetrable shield against every doubt, against every despair. But today I surrender, Lord. I surrender to your truth that I don't need to carry this burden alone. I surrender to the reality that my human strength has limits, but your power has no end. As it's written in Isaiah 40:31, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Father, I want to hope in you. I want to learn to rest in this promise that you renew my strength when it's exhausted. For so long, I've tried to fly with broken wings, tried to run with trembling legs, tried to walk when I could barely stand. But now I understand that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. Lord, I remember the mornings of my childhood when the sun would rise through my bedroom window and I didn't yet carry the weight I carry today. There was a purity in those moments, a simplicity in how I saw the world. What happened to me, Father? When did I allow the shadows to become more real than your light? I know the wounds I carry have their origin. Some were caused by words that should never have been spoken, by absences that should never have occurred, by betrayals that broke my trust, not only in people, but in myself. Other wounds I inflicted upon myself, through choices I made knowing they were wrong, through words I spoke to hurt, through opportunities I wasted out of cowardice or pride. Father, these internal scars still bleed. They make me question whether I'm worthy of love, whether I'm worthy of forgiveness, whether I'm worthy of a fresh start. They make me believe my past is a prison from which I'll never escape, that my mistakes are permanent labels stuck to my identity. But you, Lord, you who know every scar, every wound, every broken area of my heart, you call me to something greater. You tell me to arise, to shine, because my light has come and your glory is rising upon me. How can I arise when I can barely stand? How can I shine when I feel so extinguished inside? The answer, Father, doesn't lie in my ability, but in yours. Not in my strength, but in yours. Not in my light, but in the light that you are and that you desire to shine through me. I've been trying to light my own candle when you want to be the sun that illuminates my entire being. Lord, I see now how I've resisted your light. I've hidden in the shadows because they became familiar, because in them I could remain small, insignificant, without the responsibility to shine. In the shadows, I could blame circumstances, people, the world for my condition. But your light challenges me to leave that hiding place, invites me to embrace my identity as someone you love unconditionally. Father, forgive me for making my wounds a shield against your love. Forgive me for using my past as an excuse not to believe in my future. Forgive me for allowing the voices of darkness to speak louder than your voice of truth and hope. For so long I believed the lie that I was the sum of my failures, when you always saw me as the sum of your possibilities in me. Now, in this sacred moment, I choose to believe your word about me more than the words of my fears. I choose to believe that your light is more powerful than all the darkness that has ever inhabited my heart. I choose to trust that your glory rising upon me is not just a poetic promise, but a spiritual reality that can transform everything in me. I feel, Father, as if the first rays of a spiritual morning are touching my face. It's faint still, almost imperceptible, but it's there. A hope that doesn't depend on my circumstances, a peace that makes no sense considering my problems, a joy that springs from some deep place I had forgotten existed. Lord, you're dispelling the shadows, not violently, like lightning cutting through the night, but gently, like dawn gradually brightening the sky. I feel the lies I believed for so long losing their power. I feel the chains of fear loosening from my wrists. I feel the weight of guilt being removed from my shoulders. Father, for the first time in a long while, I can breathe deeply without anxiety cutting off my breath. For the first time in a long while, I can look in the mirror and see not just my flaws, but someone you love enough to die for. For the first time in a long while, I can think about tomorrow without fear paralyzing my dreams. As it's written in Psalm 35, weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Lord, I've wept through many nights, nights of loneliness, nights of despair, nights when I questioned whether you were really there, whether you really cared about my pain. But now I see that each of those nights was pregnant with a morning. Every tear shed was watering the soil of my heart, so your joy could sprout. Father, I receive this joy that comes in the morning, not a superficial joy that ignores pain, but a deep joy that exists despite pain, that transcends circumstances, that has its source in who you are and not in what I do or fail to do. This joy tells me I can face any storm because I know you're with me in the boat. Lord, I feel my heart expanding as if it had been contracted for a long time and could now finally beat in its natural rhythm. I feel my soul breathing as if it had held its breath during a long season and could now exhale all fear and inhale all faith. Your light, Father, is revealing things in me that I had lost sight of. It's illuminating gifts I thought had died, dreams I believed were buried, a version of myself I thought I'd never see again. Your light doesn't just dispel shadows, it reveals what was always there, waiting to be discovered anew. I see now, Lord, that my story doesn't end with my wounds. It doesn't end with my mistakes, my traumas, my disappointments. My true story begins when your light meets my darkness and transforms it into something beautiful. When your grace touches my scars and turns them into stars. Father, I arise, not because I have strength, but because you are my strength, I shine. Not because I have my own light, but because you are my light, I rejoice. Not because my circumstances have changed, but because my heart has changed, because my perspective has been transformed by the revelation of who you are and who I am in you. Lord, may this light born in me today continue to shine. May it not be just a moment of emotion, but the beginning of a new way of living. May it illuminate not only my path, but the path of others who are also lost in darkness. May I be a reflection of your glory for a world that desperately needs to see that hope exists, that love exists, that redemption exists. Father, I surrender my shadows to you, all of them. I place them at the foot of your cross and declare they no longer have power over me. I surrender my fears, my anxieties, my guilt, my shame, my disappointments. I exchange them for your peace, your joy, your hope, your love. May your light continue to grow in me, transforming every area of my life. May it illuminate my relationships, my decisions, my dreams, my future. May I never forget that I'm a child of light, not of darkness. May I never again accept living below what you dreamed for me. Thank you, Father, for this spiritual morning. Thank you for not giving up on me when I almost gave up on myself. Thank you for your light that dispels all shadows and makes all things new. In your holy name I pray and declare that darkness will not prevail. For you are the light of the world, and in you there is no darkness at all. Amen. If you've made it this far, it's because something special happened during this prayer. The same God who just touched your heart through these words desires to continue this work of transformation in your life. Don't keep this experience to yourself. Share this video with someone you know needs this same light. Leave your comment telling how this prayer touched you, because your testimony might be exactly what another person needs to hear today. Give it a thumbs up so more wounded hearts can find this message of hope. And remember, every morning is a new opportunity to let God's light dispel your shadows. Until the next prayer, may the peace of the Most High remain with you.